Hey, it is Michael Douglas James, and I'm coming back at you with a brand new video. So how's it all going, you guys? Last video, I talked about room updates in Pop Century. Before that, I talked about Avatar Land, Pandora, Flight of Passage, Nyabe River. But you know what I want to talk about today? I want to talk about the Happily Ever After. And it's Disney's newest fireworks show at Magic Kingdom. And well, I experienced it. I did it twice. I'm gonna put it out there. Yeah, guys, I did it twice while I was on my last trip. Let me get into, before I really get into my full thoughts about it, I want to talk about my experiences in the first time I saw it. So first time I saw it, I was in the park with my dad and my cousins, and me and my dad decided to go on Space Mountain. One of our earlier fast passes, it was eliminated. We weren't going to do it anyways. It was because my sister booked it with the kids and whatnot, and it was The Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, and they weren't even going to do it anyways because they had to go back to their room. The kids were just that tired. So we met up with my aunt and my uncle and my cousins, and we decided, they wanted to eat dinner, and it was right after we ate dinner. So we hung out for a bit and with them, and then we decided they had a fast pass for Buzz, and we decided we wanted to go on Space Mountain. We hadn't done an all trip, and we wanted to do that over Buzz, so we did that instead. And then my aunt didn't do anything, so my uncle and my cousins went on Buzz. My aunt decided to go to Main Street for the show because it was getting that late and the show was about to start. Me and my dad went to Space Mountain. Space Mountain, had the fast pass, going out with me and my dad. It's just the nostalgia, the memories, and what it means to the two of us, especially like past trips and everything. And I'll get into a video about this whole trip and whatnot with my dad in a little bit in another video, so check that out when it does come. But so we did that. We got off, and we texted my cousins. They had already been on and off Buzz before we had finished Space Mountain, so they went to all meet up. And then we're going down to Tomorrowland, getting towards Main Street and over the bridge, and it's just people everywhere, which you can imagine. So we were texting my aunt. My aunt's like, "Oh, don't come over. There's no room and whatnot." My dad's got his EVC, so we didn't. So they direct us to a spot to watch, and well, I'll be honest, this first time really, I won't say out of the two times, it wasn't really a full experience. We didn't stay for the entire thing because we got put in this one area, and my dad's like, "I'm going to go use the bathroom." And I had been walking all day. I said, "Hey, can I sit on the EVC for a second?" So he was like, "Okay." So the show's about to start, and the guy stands in front of me. He looks, and then he's like, "Oh, no." He moves off to the side. Me and him have this great conversation. We're just talking a lot and whatnot. And he's like, "Why, you need it?" I said, "Oh, it's my dad's, but he just ran to the bathroom. I've been walking all day, been in a couple car accidents, kind of, my legs are feeling it a little bit." He's like, "Oh, I understand, I get," and I showed him a picture of my car from the accident of when it happened. He's like, "Wow, man, I'm surprised you're alive." But besides that, so then the show starts. Next thing you know, all these people just crowd in front of me. And the guy looks at me, he's like, "I'm sorry." So we caught a glimpse of the show-ish. But I didn't feel anything from it because I rarely saw the fireworks. And so we left early. So the next time I decided to go, I actually went by myself this next time. And what I noticed before the first time is when I was leaving, because my dad was tired, and I didn't want to stop him at that point because he decided on leaving, but we could have stopped. I noticed everybody crowds in the front of Main Street, and they want to see the show, but when you're standing at the back of Main Street, you actually have a better view. There's not as many people, and the show's amazing. So the second time I went, that is where I stood. And, the show's great. And it's not comparable to Wishes. Everyone wants to compare it to Wishes. The thing is they're two almost separate shows. This show's more, I feel, focused on the movies. And I don't want to go too much in detail, but a lot of the show is integrated into what Disney's done before within the movies, whereas Wishes was more of an outside story that integrated some characters, and well, Tink is still there in Happily Ever After, but I felt like Wishes was kind of this more that that propped you up, and it was kind of like the end of the day when you feel tired and you just want to lay down and relax, and then Wishes came on and it just made everything better. And those are the differences, but this one kind of has that, like, you're tired, but oh my god, I'm in the movies, and that's what I liked about it. But I have to say, if you're going to the happily ever after, don't smush yourself in front of everybody on Main Street. I know a lot of people don't watch these videos, so just take my word for whatever it is. But you don't have to. If you want to stand at the back of Main Street, you're going to get an amazing view of the castle where they project everything. Because the castle's already pretty high off the ground compared to where everybody else stands. So you're going to get the same view, you're going to hear everything, and you're going to have a better projection. Honestly, the further back you are in the park as you go down Main Street, going towards the train station, the better the view is. And I advise you to go over into that area and watch the show, because if you watch it there, you are going to be amazed. If you squeeze in closer to the castle, closer to getting further down Main Street by the castle, you're going to have so many people blocking you, and it's just not going to be exciting anymore. So go do that. That's what I suggest. On that note, I'm out. Peace out, Girl Scouts.